Y'all know that old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. Turns out, words can hurt. Well, at least they seem to hurt millennials. But what's got us so easily offended? So much so that it has a name. This is what I wish you knew about microaggressions. Hi, I'm Torrin Cooper, and welcome to I Wish You Knew. An article in Time magazine describes our generation as highly sensitive to what we perceive as verbal offenses and even unintentional insults. Instead of sticking it out or getting over it, we take to social media to voice our anger and frustration. What's behind all this? Here to tell you what they wish you knew are...
Hi, I'm Yasmin Arrington.
Hello, I'm Brittany Timmons.
And I am Waynika.
So guys, this article in Time magazine describes our generation as being highly sensitive and easily offended. In response to college protests about racial and political disagreements and also disagreements with faculty members and school presidents and stuff like that. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, first and foremost, I don't think it's fair to box us all together and say that we're sensitive. Okay. I mean, like you said, the saying sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. That's not true. Words do hurt. And I will feel hurt if someone calls me out of my name because that's not my name. Okay. And so I am going to speak out. I think that the word is outspoken.
I think it's a little sensitive, because I think our generation, but there's a reason for our sensitivity. I think that there's levels to this. There's levels to everything. Right. But I think sensitivity is a broad word because our generation has experienced a life that's not as full of direct racism as our parents and grandparents have experienced. So naturally, when we are faced with it, we have a problem with it. Whereas they are a little bit more used to certain things and used to seeing things. We're not used to that because that's not our reality every day. So when we see something that we think is unright or unfair, we gonna say something about it. Can it be perceived as sensitive, but at the same time, you gotta stand for whatever it is that you believe in. If you wanna be out there mad because somebody said something about a dog, you out there mad because somebody said something about a dog. That's just what it is.
I feel it is sensitive. I know I'm sensitive. You say the wrong thing to me, or if I'm reading the wrong thing, I get in my feelings about it, point blank, period. I think the thing about it, like you were saying with our parents and our grandparents, they had to deal with it. Right. It was no choice for some of them to do. I mean, Rosa Parks made her stand. Martin Luther King made his stand. I think we're those Rosa Parks and those Martin Luther Kings. Why? Because we look back, sitting in history class, I know for me, I was thinking, why was this okay? Why did they have to treat this woman and this man like this? Why? And I used to say to my mom, I wouldn't have took that. I would have did this, I would have did that. And she would have said, no, you would have fell in line like everybody else and you would have lived in that time, in that period and dealt with those things. I think now, for us, in our mind is we don't have to take it, so we refuse to. We'll be dagged on if we sit here and have to take these insults and these words by people that know it ain't right. Right. To us, we feel like we ain't there no more, so we ain't going back. You're not gonna push us back.
I understand what you're saying, but if you're on a college campus and you hear a racial slur or a political comment that rubs you the wrong way, is it really necessary to cause a school-wide protest and get people fired just because they said something that you didn't like?
I don't know about getting people fired, but this is a true story. This happened to me.
But that's what people do, though.
But yes, this happened to me in North Carolina. I was coming from an event, a student event, and I was walking back, waiting for a ride to go back to my off-campus apartment, and I was called an N-word, and it was also a sexual comment that was added on to that. What did I do? I immediately called campus police. I started calling all my friends and texting them and letting them know what happened. And we had conversations about it.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's sensitive. Well, if you take it to the point of, everybody, well, let's go outside and protest this,
I think it depends.
This one person who did this.
If it's a professor, if I'm sitting in a class, and I think it's where that person is coming from. Because some people you can tell they didn't mean to. I've been able to witness that with some people that they didn't mean to say that. That wasn't their intentions to harm me with their words. And then I've witnessed some people that know what they're doing. Exactly. They know that they're saying something crazy. They know they're trying to belittle me, and they think I'm stupid enough to not catch it. If I'm sitting in a classroom with a professor that every day has something insulting or something rude to say or something that's on a common line of my culture or that's a problem. You gotta go. Because if I gotta sit through this class, everybody else supposed to just come in, you gotta go.
So what if administration on college campuses, they say who can come to the college campus? Like if they only say, oh, we only want Hillary Clinton here, or we only want Donald Trump here, and then the students like protest, do you think they're sensitive? Like we want everybody here, or do you think they should just fall in line? And...
That's not sensitive.
That's just normal. Like just like at a Donald Trump briefing,
Exactly.
there's going to be a protester there because they're a Hillary supporter or a Bernie supporter or anybody. So it's just that's a right that we have here in this country. That's what we're founded upon. It's about the people. So the majority usually rules. And
but if free speech is like, I can say whatever I want to you, I mean, isn't that like...
You could totally say whatever you want. Again, I think day to day, campus to campus, person to person, that's different. Somebody calls you an N-word, that's one thing. But a professor, like, no. You can't be in that position trying to be...
And it's freedom of speech, but you can't... I mean, what you supposed to sit in my face and just disrespect me because you have freedom of speech? To some extent, it has to be a boundary. It has to be a line of where there's respect.
They're just words.
It's not just words. Torin, don't do that. You know my nerves.
But let me just say.
Isn't it just easy to just like let it roll off your back and just
It's easier, but see, it's easy best.
All right, well, this is a lot, so we're just gonna pause this right here and we're gonna pick it back up because I got something more to say. But we had to take a break. But stay with us. We'll be right back with more microaggressions. Like
it's words, but at the
It's
same
words,
time,
right?
it holds a meaning. Just like if somebody was personally moving and say, "I love you," it's a word.
Welcome back to I Wish You Knew. When we want to see change or make a statement, we have a habit of turning to social media. We post pictures, videos, and tweets of our frustration and demand people to respond. So why do you guys think we just turn to social media to get out our frustrations or just lash out about how we feel or what's going on? What's up with that?
I think it's an escape. Like, as much as people don't want to believe it, it's almost like journaling. The difference is that it's made public. So I think also we're into instant gratification, but it's a form of dealing with what you're going through. Somebody goes through something and they want to write about it. That's a release, and honestly, that's healthy. Some people will beg to differ. I'm not that way, but I know a lot of people that do it, and I know that's what I take away from it. I'm like, this is therapy for people. Like, when they go through something, they go write about it because that's their way to vent, and basically their journaling is just public, so.
I do agree with what you're saying, but I also think people don't know what else to do. We don't know what else to do to get our word out. We don't know how else to express ourselves and make it public, except for posting something that 500 people or 2,000 people will see on your timeline. We do use it as a venting mechanism. I don't know why, but we vent about it for a few days and then we let it pass us by. You know, if something happens, somebody gets murdered or something like that, we in it. We want to repost everything. We going to retweet everything. Oh, this is good with the power of the thumb. But that's the type of people we are these days. All our power is in our thumbs instead of physically doing something. Our folks back in the day, they were physical folk.
Right.
We ain't physical folk no
But we
more.
live in the
had
like
to,
technology age now. We have it easy.
Yeah.
Like you can like be a Twitter protester. Like you just
For
sit
sure.
at home, cross your legs and just start tweeting about.
But is
I
that
wish this-"
meaningful? Is that making a point?
But it's powerful
Yes.
because you can sit from your home and you can
Reach
tweet
the
something
masses.
and reach the
Right.
globe. Like everybody can
It's a
see
new
it.
day.
Hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people, every single day, 24/7 on social media. So if you have something to say, if you have a message, if you have a problem,
It's like a platform.
a
for you.
platform. And
Say
then
it.
again, too, with some of the movements, I don't think there's this perception that millennials just pick up something for a few days and then we're tired of it and we move on to something else. But hashtag Black Lives Matter, I mean, that's been an ongoing conversation.
But it's
It
like
has, but it comes more relevant when
Somebody-
something is done to a black man or a black woman.
Right, and that's when
I
people
think that's
just
what
go
my
in.
point is when I'm trying to ask with the Twitter thing, is I took the question of more, why as millennials, why do we feel like all our power is just in our thumbs instead of doing something that can really move? I mean, I don't think
Here's
our
why, though.
tweets are going to
Well, I
move.
think
It's a new day. Like, it's media. Like, whether we want to admit it or not, it's media. So our parents, their generation, they went to the newspaper. They had to protest so that they could get the people to look on, get the media to come in and put the cameras there so that people
Same
could see it.
concept, yeah.
Now, we don't necessarily have to protest, even though we still do, but it's a beautiful thing because it creates a hashtag that now every major network knows about. Now, we do have to create a solution outside of just that, because that's the thing. The solution can't just be, oh, let's protest. No, the solution has to be what comes after it, but it stems from the beginning of what we've seen and what we've been taught.
I think it's like what Brittany was saying, like, I wish people knew that it's a balance. Like, you can tweet about it, but you have to do something about it as well.
Right. Well, see,
like,
donate to this link, too.
Right, in some cases, like, you would tweet out, all right, meet us here, or we're going to do this. And then in that case, that's cool, because after everybody tweeting and stuff, we go outside and we protest, and then we just do whatever from there. But it has to be a balance. You have to say what you're going to do, and then actually do it.
About it.
Well,
Right.
see, but here's the thing, too. So there are millennials that are actually doing solution-based things and have grassroots organizations and causes that are making a change, but we don't necessarily always hear about those things. But that's the power. It goes back to, social media. If you want to get the word out, a lot of times you as in an individual or a group has to make that move and be on social media and online. Otherwise, a lot of people just won't know about it.
So do you guys feel comfortable saying some things on social media that you would never say in public?
No, I don't.
No?
Actually, I'm more comfortable saying something in public than I am on social media, just because that's permanent record and everybody can
That's
see
what I was gonna say. If I say
it,
something,
I mean-
I want it to be said. But if for Twitter, for people to be able to scroll down and find stuff later and all of that, I mean, I probably would still say it, but I would rather not. If I said something to get on somebody that just happened at the moment, and I probably 5 minutes late, not 5 minutes, maybe 5 hours later, man, I shouldn't have said that. I can go back and delete it.
Do you choose what platform you say what on? Like, do you say on Facebook, I love my family, and then on Twitter you say, like, tweeting all these like song lyrics? And,
okay.
Like, do you choose which platform you use to voice your opinion or stuff?
I think stuff because I know for me, my family, a lot of my family that's not millennials, like the old heads, they are trying to become social media savvy.
Right.
And I like it in some cases, but in some cases, I'm like, y'all don't have to be on everything.
Right.
My Instagram
You don't need
is my Instagram. We can do Facebook. I can take Facebook as that medium base for my professional. But I don't need
I'm like that with everything, though. Like, even coworkers. Fam, I don't need you on my social media. Like, why?
You don't need to know.
I'm like that. I'm very selective about
So let me ask you this.
who,
So, like,
where.
if you're posting something like politically charged, like, I don't like this candidate or something like that, would you guys be like, have your profiles like private or something like that? Or is it like public for people to see, like, this is how I really feel? Should they expect something different from you online than like offline?
No, this is the thing about, I think it's just person to person, because for me in general, just because I follow certain mantras and stuff, I never want to offend anybody. So naturally, you won't hear me making a statement so harshly against anybody, because I don't think that most people's intent is to just get on your nerves. I just think they believe what they believe. So for me, I don't post like that because I don't think like that. Like, even if I don't like who's running for president that's in the Republican Party, I'm not so hard about it. You know what I mean?
Right. Then that's a good point, and we're gonna come back to more about like online stuff too when we come back. This segment is really getting good, but we need to take a break. Make sure you tweet us your thoughts and your opinions using the topic and using the hashtag sensitive or not sensitive.
I mean, I think it's a little bit.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Thanks for sticking with us. Physical, verbal, or online, we've all been offended in some way. Is it bullying, or are we just being too sensitive?
I think it's a mix. Sometimes it blatantly is bullying. For instance, the popular gymnast right now, Gabby, the things that people say about her, I think it's not her being sensitive, it's bullying. Like, that's wrong to just chastise people for physical things and things like that. But you can say things behind the screen and it really doesn't matter because you're just joking or you want to be funny. So I think it's levels to that. But sometimes it's straight out bullying. And sometimes we are a little sensitive because everybody can have an opinion. It's just how you say things.
I think if it's personal, like if you're talking about like an athlete and like their family or something that's personal to them, then I think it's bullying. But if you're talking about like how they play, like on the field or something like that, then that's not bullying. I think that's being like too sensitive.
Yeah.
If you just lash out about like, I don't like what they said about me. I mean, just get over it, really. I mean, it's really not that deep for you to like protest and stuff like that.
The fact that like, but just speaking in general of the effects that these things have on specifically our generation, for her to be accomplishing such great things, but to go in the corner after an interview and cry about the things that people have been posting about her online, that's major. That's when it's like bullying. It's like, why do people feel the need to, like, you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I'm not that gone with it, but like, I don't get the purpose or like
I think
why
people
do
find, to them, they really think they're joking. Or, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so funny because I'm gonna say these words and nobody can do nothing to me. That's what I feel is going through people's mind. For you, like you said, to talk about somebody's physical appearance, from their hair to their skin tone, because I've seen stuff on Facebook videos where it's like, you know, it's a video with some African American people in it, and I mean, people going in. Yeah. It's like going into the point where, dang, what was the point? The video was to make you laugh. Why are you here tearing this person down like this person has no soul or they're not a human being in the first place? I think people, again, the power of the thumbs, as we sit behind these computer screens and behind these phones thinking that this is just how I feel for the day. I don't like myself. So I'm going to say whatever I want behind this computer screen because, again, nobody can do anything to me.
Yeah.
Right. So, Yasmin, let me ask you. So, on YouTube, like, some of the videos like people post, I mean, it's public, so you can comment. Right. Like, if you, like, scroll through comments on anybody's, like, pictures on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, people say some really, like, racially charged things or, you know,
mean.
Sexist things or, you know, anything offensive. Like, but should you take that personally? Should you just, you know, feel some type of way about it? Or can you just, like, delete, and just move on? Like, what do you say?
It's on a person case-by-case basis, right? So, you know, we're products. I believe that we're all products of our own environment. So the way that we were raised is often how we respond to things.
Okay.
So if we were raised to be, I'm gonna say, alert and aware, because the thing about the term sensitive, that bothers me because the word sensitive has like this negative association with it, like, oh, you're being sensitive.
But you just
like
proved the point of being sensitive.
No.
People try to cop out by saying, oh, you're just sensitive instead of dealing with the issue.
But is that the word, though?
But if you get offended by just saying that you're sensitive, doesn't that make you sensitive?
But wait, to go back to, I kind of agree with that. But to go back to the YouTube thing, I have a channel, and I was singing on it, and one of my videos got very popular. And it's funny because once you reach a certain popularity, that's when like the crazies come out the woodwork.
The crazies.
They were like, someone commented like, you should have been a slave picking cotton.
Oh,
to me, that is hilarious. Like,
that's funny to you?
That is hilarious. Like,
no,
you're
that makes
mad.
me
It does not make me mad.
But I feel both things.
Mad.
On your behalf, I get what you're saying. It'll make you mad. Yeah. But at the end of the day, she's supposed to lose sleep over. I don't even know this person. This person will never see me. It's like you have to weigh out your options. Example, my brother that's a part of the group for EY, they receive stuff all the time. And he asks himself, Britt, look what they said to me. They talk about their outfits. Oh, y'all just a boy band, da-da-da-da-da. Y'all all look, of course, gay and da-da-da. And he has to really sit there for a moment, look at his life and understand if I get more popular, this is just gonna keep coming.
Yeah.
So what, do you stop your hustle? Do you stop your shine based on these people that
don't matter?
Clearly, exactly. I mean, they're not gonna see, yes, it hurt for a moment. He did say that, he admitted, it hurt for a moment, like, sheesh, am I dressing wrong? Am I doing, it's gonna make you question yourself. But at the end of the day, this person is in Iowa or Ohio. How can I lose sleep over this person that, I mean, I like it though. You like my picture, you still comment, you get my numbers up.
For sure.
Brittany, so as an actress, do you feel some type of way if somebody say, oh, Yasmin, I don't like the way Brittany act, like, I think she should just quit. Like, would you feel some type of way, like?
Well, I'm gonna ask myself, Brittany, are you doing something wrong? But if I'm trusting in the work that I'm doing, or I gotta let it go. Either I'm gonna use it to either better my craft, but I refuse to stem away from it because that's one person. And it varies. I'm gonna have people that tell me, oh my gosh, you were wonderful. I've had people say, I've cried when you sang this song. And then I'm gonna have people that's gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Mm-hmm. I just had to pick and choose on that day.
Microaggression is funny to me just because it's like, it's all about the person's mindset. The people who created the term microaggression are interesting to me, and then the people who are saying that people are sensitive are interesting. To me, I'm the type, perspective is everything. I see both sides of it. So just like when I'm stepping into this, like, I know people be like, oh, like the main comment that anyone would say is usually appearance. So they'll be like, oh, you fat? Like, yeah, I'm fat, but I'm cute. So like, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, I really don't care. Like, it doesn't matter.
So I think with microaggressions, I mean, they're words, but it's the power that you give to the words, your own power that you give to it. So if someone says something about you or they tweet something about you, I think that what makes it hurtful or not hurtful to you is what you think about it. So I think, what I wish people knew is that if they just knew that words are just words, and words do hurt, but it hurts if you allow it to.
That's right, true. But everybody is not as strong as we are. So the thing is that all of us are going to continue to grind regardless of what people say of us, right? But there are some people who might want to commit suicide because of a microaggression.
See, now that's
so we have to be careful in general what we say.
Right.
That's just what I
agree.
think. And not to say, some people are sensitive in that, but they may take it to the next level. Now that is something to be concerned about.
Right, thank you for that. Thank you all for joining us. That's all the time we have today for I Wish You Knew. Thanks for watching.
When you put somebody to that limit, I feel like that's a whole different conversation. When you tear somebody down to the point where they feel like they need to take their life.
Microaggression, bullying, whatever you call it, it has the potential to hurt. For more information on what you can do about it, go to stopbullying.gov.
That's the person. Because me, it ain't nothing in this world you can say to me that's going to tell me to
tell me
take
my
my
whole
life.
outfit is
Nothing.
terrible, my eyebrows,
It's nothing
my
you can
natural
say.
hair.
You can tell me I'm a horrible person. I'm not